What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Weekly Creations. Today we have 3 awesome buildings to show you guys, and also 2 roller coasters towards the end of the episode, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Remember, all the links to download these items are in the description, along with an email where you can also submit your work to me if you want me to show it off in a future episode. So we're going to get straight into today's episode, so here we go. So up first today we have Bus Foodtruck by Janfussel. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong there, buddy. I am terrible, as you guys know, with pronouncing people's names, but this is pretty much what it says on the tin. This is a American style school bus, which of course we do not have in the UK. So I'm guessing this is fairly accurate from what I've seen in the movies and yes, in South Park and The Simpsons. But yeah, this is pretty accurate from what I can see, and of course it is a food truck, so we have a Chief Beef here and a Cosmic Cow milkshake stand. This of course does not come with the ramps up, but they are fairly straightforward to add yourself. So if you're looking for something quite quirky and a little bit different to go in a corner of your park, then this may be something for you. Of course you could probably change these out for different stores, maybe an information kiosk for a ride, or anything like that, maybe a medical building here. Anything that you decide should go in there, you can obviously change these out for yourself and then just change the signs at the top. It's fairly straightforward to do, fairly simple to change these out if you so desire to do so. And of course this may look simple to make, but I honestly do not think this was very simple to do. Of course a lot of 3D pieces have been used to make this, but I mean, I've tried to make a car before for one of my parks and it didn't go so well. So congratulations on building this magnificent school bus. It looks fantastic, it looks real, and from a distance you wouldn't even know that it was made in Planet Coaster. So there we go, guys. That is first up on the list today. That was school bus, food truck. Of course, like I said, you can switch these out for whatever you want and have other stuff in here as well if you want to. So we're going to move on to number 2 of the day. So this is number 2 for today. This is Dream Knight's Fairtytale Stage, and this was submitted by Jareen2. So thank you very much for that. And yeah, this is a stage to go in your Fairtytale park. So if anyone here is currently building a section of the park that is Fairtytale or themed around this kind of design, then this may be something that you want to put in your park. Now this is kind of like a side store attraction. You could maybe put some seating area out the front here so your guests could sit down on a bench and watch this guy juggle his little balls here. Actually, saying that, he's not even juggling, they're on they're on a wire. I never even realized that before. I've never actually used this animatronic, so this is the first time I've actually seen it in use here. But that's quite funny. Of course, this guy is animatronic, so it makes sense that these are on a little kind of like wire. But yeah, I'd never noticed that before. So yeah, this is pretty much a stage for your guests to come chill at for a little bit and relax while they're walking around your park. It's very nicely detailed. It's very compact as well, so you can put it at the side of a pathway or anything like that. If you have a spare little gap in your park, this little object could go there, fill a little space, maybe put some toilets next to it or some sort of food court area, and yeah, I think this would fit quite nicely in any Fairtytale park. So that is number 2 for today's episode. So we're going to move on now to the 3rd and final building piece of today's episode. Up next we have Round Guild Hall, and this was made by SeaFoam. I won't say the rest of his name because it's kind of rude, but his name will be in the description along with his download link as always. Now he said that this was inspired by a game called Monster Hunter. I haven't ever played that game, but this to me looks like it's straight out of For Honor. I've been playing a lot of For Honor recently since it launched on the channel and on live stream, and this looks very much so like something that would be placed in that game. It's fantastic. Of course it is in the kind of like Asian style design. Actually the whole name of this building is Asian Round Guild Hall, so that is obviously the desired effect that he was going for here. But this is something that I've never really seen before when it comes to the roofing. He's actually used these flat roof slate tiles and orientated them into a pattern, and then actually used the wooden pieces to give definition to the shape of the roof. I've never actually seen anyone do this before, the way that he has done this. And normally people just use loads and loads of planks to get the kind of shape that they want to go for. So to actually see this, we are actually missing a few pieces here. I think that's just from when I downloaded it. But to actually see the actual slate roof being used here along with the wooden beams is really nice. It goes really, really well. So congratulations for coming up with that kind of design. But yeah, there's so much detail in this. We've got obviously wooden pieces here as decoration. Got the really decorative doors. There is a cannon inside the information desk. Probably a little bit dangerous there, I must say, but it looks good and it fires out some smoke or steam or whatever you want to call that along there. So of course, if you want to use this in your park, you just have to put a pathway up here to get to the information desk, which is actually called Guild Pass. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this piece today. But look at the detailing on this. Look, just it's everywhere. There's just so much detailing going on. Little candles, little bit of detailing here and there. A lot of this detail is something you'll never notice because it's been implemented so well that it just looks like part of the building. It looks natural. It looks like something that should definitely be there, and it doesn't look out of place, and it's just fantastic. If I was building a style park in this kind of style, I would definitely download this and stick this in my park, and you guys should as well if you're interested in this. Like I said, link will be in the description for building number 3 on today's episode. Okay, so the first roller coaster we have today is Big Thunder Mountain Railroad by Tommy267, who submitted this to me. Now he said that this was a inspired coaster by Thunder Mountain over in Disneyland. However, it wasn't a recreation, so this is his own design, I believe. I've never been to Thunder Mountain, I've never ridden on it, so I don't know myself, but the amount of detailing and sculpting he's done here with the scenery and all of this crazy design that he's got going on deserves a place in today's episode. Just look at the amount of detailing that he's got going on in this section of the park here. Now this is all ride detailing. Of course there is pathways across here as well where people will see this, but most of all this is for the roller coaster itself. So yeah, just look at all the detail that he's got going on. This around the back here is probably never gonna be seen by many people. Of course the roller coaster does come hurling through here at some point, but yeah, this detail around the back here is just absolutely amazing. As we go around the back here, we got a load more of these buildings, western style buildings, and then we come back around the front here to where there is a nice little waterfall over here and some more detailing going on around the front. Now this is actually a ride that was part of a bigger park. He has separated this for me so I can show this off. But I will be linking the whole park as well in the description for anyone that's interested in the whole park in its completion. But we're going to take a ride on this now, and you guys are going to be able to watch the POV of this coaster. So there we go, guys. That was the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad POV. As you can see there, this ride is cram-packed with detail and scenery and buildings around and scattered around this ride. It's just absolutely amazing, to be honest. And the length of the coaster was really good as well. It wasn't a really quick coaster, it wasn't too long, it was just about right. And yeah, that was absolutely amazing. So congratulations to Tommy267 for building this awesome ride. You did a really good job here. And that was number 4 on today's list for weekly creation. We're going to get into the next roller coaster for today in just a second. Okay guys, so up last on today's list is Black Mamba. Now this was inspired by, but not a recreation of Black Mamba, from PhantasiaLand over in Europe. Now I've actually been to PhantasiaLand, but I do not remember this ride. I went there back in like 2005, so I don't even know if this was there back then. I'm pretty sure it was. I probably rode on it, but I was young and I can't remember it to save my life. But what I do remember from PhantasiaLand was the crazy amount of detailing that went into their rides and their buildings. So I can really appreciate the amount of detailing that's going on around this ride, because this is very PhantasiaLand like structures here, and I'm fairly certain they actually had one of these rides right up against like a rocky wall, if I remember. So this may be a recreation of from PhantasiaLand as well. Now this is actually placed inside, as you can see, a big park here. This of course is not complete, and he told me not to go exploring in the video, so I won't do that. But I have had a little sneak peek around this park, I may add. And so if you are watching this HomeBanner, I've had a look, and I approve of everything you're doing in this park, and maybe I'll get permission in the next episode to go check out one or more of the rest of this park. So that would be really cool. So yes, as you can see, there is so much detailing around this park and around this coaster, and we will be taking a ride on this in just a second here. Oh man, this is so awesome. I do really need to go back to PhantasiaLand, because I remember the amount of detailing, and I didn't appreciate it back then because I was so young. But I think if I went back now, I would definitely appreciate this kind of detailing than I ever did back then. So we're going to take a quick POV of this in just a second. Going to wait for this to come back to the station, and then we're going to go. So I'll be back in just a second. Here we go, guys. This is the POV of Black Mamba by HomeBanner. So there we go, guys. That was Black Mamba by HomeBanner. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Like I said before, all the links to the downloads are in the description. So if you want this or any of the other featured items in today's episode, make sure you do go check them out. Give them a download, leave them some feedback on their work. And yeah, if you guys want to submit anything for the next episode, the email address is in the description along with all of the rules. So that's it for today's episode, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. I will see you guys in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching. Remember to leave a like. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, I will see you guys in the next video.